very enjoyable Friday night Smackdown this week. Of course, Thanksgiving week, wrestling and Thanksgiving goes together very well in America. And WWE delivered a thoroughly entertaining show. In my opinion, you might have a different one. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. This is things you might have missed. And before we get started, make sure you've hit the like button. And if you are new to the channel, hit the subscribe button. Because I'm not dead.
Things are messy in my pants right now, Cole.
Far too much information, Pat McAfee. No, I did not need to know that. But you're also not alone. I think Adam Pearce pants need to be changed too, because man looked like he pooped himself when he discovered the news. Brock Lesnar is coming next week to Smackdown. Oh my gosh, the breaking news at the end of the show. The suspension is done. Brock is coming back. And I can guarantee you, poor Sami Zayn's about to get screwed again, isn't he? Sami Zayn won a battle royal. He is the #1 contender. And then Kayla Braxton broke the news we was all waiting for. And look at Sami's face. The fact Sami is in shot for this, the fact Sami's in the ring for this, you know who Brock's going to come for, because he wants Roman. Sami, I wouldn't even show up to work next week, dude. I would take the week off, go on vacation, send Brock a text message, tell him the match is his, because you're about to die. Please, Sami, please don't show up to Smackdown next week. We started off Smackdown with Paul really getting into Kayla's face, saying that we need evidence, we need proof, we need it to be locked in that Brock is really coming back because it's just a rumour. We had Roman then basically get on the mic and talked about the fact he is the best of the best, the tribal chief, the universal champion, and the greatest of all time. And a lot of people, it's been debated, is that a reference to The Rock? I don't know. I really don't know, man. We got our hopes up Sunday. We had a little bit of hope for Monday. He definitely didn't show up tonight, but was it a reference? Probably. For the future? Very, very probably. I don't know. I don't know if WWE would set this up this far ahead unless there isn't an immediate plan to bring The Rock in down the road. Maybe Rumble. Maybe in the build to WrestleMania, maybe even at WrestleMania itself. I said last week I didn't know how to describe the Xia Li promos. This week I know exactly how to describe them. Immerseful. They're so freaking good, man. Xia Li was featured again this week with a story about her beating up a bully and standing up, interestingly, for her pacifist brother. A brother that means he doesn't like to fight, things like that. But the fact she's got a brother, could that be someone that potentially joins her? He might not want to fight, but could that be a manager? It's an interesting concept because we don't know if WWE will want her to have the mic in these promos. She's perfectly fine, but this is sitting down. This is talking with a script. How's she going to be with a live mic? I don't know. So could WWE give her a manager? That's possible. Maybe it is her pacifist brother. Drew McIntyre and Jeff Hardy were in tag team action this week. And what a tag team match it was. The first match of the night, and the crowd loved it. And it's great to see Jeff Hardy seemingly just having a good time again. This move to SmackDown has completely regenerated his entire career. It's almost like this is Jeff Hardy 10 years ago. WWE knows how to pull a trigger with a character like Jeff. They don't use him well, and then when they want to, they can make him one of the biggest names in the company. And that's exactly what they've recently done with Jeff Hardy, and I absolutely love it. I need to give a shout out, though, to Madcap Moss. There was a spot in the match. Just look at this. This shoulder tackle. Look at the speed. Look at this. The impact of that is beautiful. Madcap Moss, if they book him right, I would even ditch the Madcap character. I would really just go with Moss and just let him run through people. I think that's great. The Viking Raiders got a new theme song this week on SmackDown. That's interesting. I don't think there was anything wrong with their old one, but I like the new one. It's 50-50 I'm seeing on Twitter. Some people don't like it, but it's new. I can understand why. But when they come out, they're really getting the crowd chanting raid, which is giving them fan participation, which is provoking interest in their characters. Toni Storm got pied. Yep, and not even just pied once by Charlotte Flair, but twice. And Toni just stood and took it. This was interesting, kind of a bit of character development here. She's not a hothead. She didn't go for Charlotte, but you could see the anger. You can see she's waiting for the opportunity. She's waiting for the time. And I like that. Normally this would result in just some all-out brawl. It didn't need to. It really didn't. And I'm pleased it didn't, because what's going to happen next week? When is Toni Storm's revenge? Well, the pies were at ringside because we had a Thanksgiving leftover throwdown. That's a thing. I thought this was going to be like a food fight. It was actually a really good wrestling match between Angel and Rick Boogs. I love the fact both Angel and Boogs got moments to highlight themselves. Ultimately, I've loved what they've done with Rick Boogs. I think that guy, again, like Madcap Moss, he's got all the potential in the world. And even though Angel picked up the win, this match delivered probably the most satisfying table spot ever. Just watch.
Put down that man's Miguel, knock him off!
Honestly, it's just so satisfying to see. The way he kicked his leg out and he fell back, took the bump like a pro. Absolutely genius. I thought this match was going to just be an all-out food fight. Yes, they kind of did that a little bit afterwards. But the fact that the match was just a pretty good wrestling match, I thought that was a major plus by WWE for sure. I actually don't like the fact they posted the list on the wall. I kind of feel like that's very last minute, kind of put together a little bit sloppy, kind of feels like these are high school kids that need to be told what they're doing and stuff. I don't know if I like that. That was a little bit of a down for me for sure. But then we found out Edge! Edge is returning on Raw this week. Oh my God, on this day, I can't wait. I honestly can't wait to see Edge back. It feels like so long. What's it been, Crown Jewel? It hasn't been long at all, but there's always going to be the pop for Edge. What's he going to do? That's the big question. What is Edge going to do on Raw on Monday? It's going to be cool. Now, if you haven't heard of Homage.com, they have got a Black Friday sale on right now. 20% off site-wide, including official WWE t-shirts. Only some of their t-shirts are available on WWE Shop, but the majority, all of them, are available on Homage.com. Go and check it out. And I have to applaud Smackdown and WWE for this, because we always talk trash and always talk about things that don't work. The fact they built a story from the very first moment of the show to all the way through the show with different segments and different people, with flashbacks to things that had happened before, making the story actually make sense to a new viewer, and then finishing it at the very final moment of the show. That is exactly what a wrestling show should be. And the fact they even included reactions, I love that. And I do honestly think maybe Brock doesn't go for Roman. I think Adam Pearce, you could be the target. He obviously is a guy who suspended Brock Lesnar. Now the suspension's been lifted, I assume by Vince McMahon, higher ups in WWE. Now Brock is coming back. Brock's going to lay out an ass kicking. And I think Roman too. Let's be fair, I do. But I think Adam Pearce is the guy to get it. And finally tonight, we have to talk about Cesaro, who picked up a massive win on SmackDown this week against Ridge Holland. And shout out to the guy in yellow as well, who kind of got a hug from Cesaro, stopping Cesaro falling into the audience. But of course, a lot of people on Twitter are upset with this, and I understand why. Ridge, having his debut match, he should have won, etc., etc. I agree to some extent. But I do believe the story with Ridge isn't necessarily one of needing a win tonight. Ridge is being presented as the student of Sheamus, and they said it. Now Sheamus has to go back and teach Ridge more, and maybe Sheamus gets frustrated with Ridge. Maybe this is a way to eventually build to Sheamus versus Ridge Holland. Let it play out. It could be genius. Honestly, I love this SmackDown. We got big news, big moments, Edge, Brock Lesnar, etc. That's great. And I'm honestly excited for the future of Raw and SmackDown next week. And that's exactly what this show delivered. It should deliver that. And I have to deliver this show a 9 out of 10. I can't give it that final point because there wasn't another return. It wasn't an actual return on the show, so it has to be a 9. But honestly, I'm all here for it. And Roman, you might look worried now. Next week, you could look very, very worried. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Like the video. If you are new to the channel, hit the subscribe button. And I'll see you as always next time. Peace!